welcome back to Let's Play Shovel Knight. We've reached the end, we've collected all the goodies, we've defeated all the knights, and that leaves us with only the Enchantress herself. Dig in! We enter a room that appears to have very little in it. You could try breaking something, but if you do, everything breaks! It doesn't matter where you break or what you stab, the entire room is breakable and you will fall here, where you've got to deal with a couple blocks trying to give you a bad day. Now, I've kind of come up with a technique, but it doesn't always work. Truth be told, I forgot that some of those blocks actually were moving next in the pattern. So that was my fault. Like, I completely forgot about those two at the end. Now, you want to move a little bit over because the right wall comes over too. Now, you can, as I've shown off before, if you want to keep your money. There we go. Oh, well, this is pleasant. There are blocks that rise to form the path below us. Now, from here, the lit blocks to the right would tell us to go to the right. However, right here, you can go, instead, to the left. And there's an amount of platforming you need to do. Careful platforming. If you edge up to the edge of the platform, you can get the next block to show up so you know where you're jumping to. And that takes us to a bit of a secret room, where we are rewarded with full magic, plenty of money, full food, and all 5 of the remaining music sheets. And in case you happen to be missing one, down that pit is a Troupple, who will refill one of your chalices. That's all we needed to do for there, though. We've now collected all the music sheets we can collect, though we do still need to turn them into the bard. So in the meantime, we can move on the way the game intended us to move. Now, one might guess, are the blocks actually rising? As far as the programming of the game goes, are the blocks actually rising and I can only step on it once the block appears, and if by some chance I could outrun the blocks, I would be alright? Or is the platform always there and merely a visual rising? Well, it occurred to me that I can use the mobile gear to test that. At the very least there, it would appear so. I'll continue checking a bit later on, though, and we'll see what happens there. So we're greeted now, whoops, with a pit. I can see my money. It's pretty close. I'm sure I can get it once I get there. Just gotta edge over and not be dumb like last time when I just kind of went, Pits are alright. Gotta check to see if there's anything down there. Oh, and then of course here you get to the point where you can't even edge over to see the next one, so you just kind of have to react on the fly and hope something comes up where is useful to you. And thankfully, it would appear, they're doing a pretty good job of, at the very least, not killing me. Now, once you see the candles, you are actually safe to continue running. I'm, however, going to give this another try. So it would appear here that this is at the very least a static platform here, though I got some very confusing behavior out of it previously. Our one and only checkpoint in this stage, as we greet the Enchantress herself. You are a lovely character. You can knock these back and it will actually hurt her. Now here, you actually need to be very aggressive in this fight. Because she will destroy the platform underneath you, and that will very quickly leave you with nowhere to stand. If I can hit her with this, that would be wonderful. She will recreate blocks, but it is still a very large danger to simply run out of blocks. Of course, if I could hit her at all, she'll even throw them diagonally every now and then, in case she really wants to cause some problems for you. And I stood there like a dumb butt. Okay, let's give this another go. As far as I can tell, she will always shoot at you directly at the start. Though whether or not she will continue to shoot at you after that is subject to change. It seems like she will, but sometimes she'll move, sometimes she won't. If I could hit you with the, oh, this is a quick way to get me killed. And now I'm right-boned. I was expecting that to hurt. I was expecting to land into the fire. I would very much like to recreate as many blocks as I can. Hit her once. Not doing a very good job of knocking these back at her. You get an achievement, by the way, if you knock back enough projectiles. Thank you for recreating a vast majority of the landscape for me there. So I now have somewhere to stand to combat you. And the evil amulet is shattered. She's returned to Shield Knight. I also can't collect my money. Shield Knight! Dang right we did. We had practice. And so the true power, the true evil within the amulet now is rising before us. Heck yeah! Fighting together! Oh, this doesn't fill me with hope. I'm gonna collect my money because I like money. Now, she's actually too high up for us to really hurt her right now. But Shield Knight will eventually get in position to allow us to help. I'm not sure what's more efficient, if it's either bouncing on her head or... I'm not sure if bouncing on her head is more efficient. She'll also remove the ground every now and then. Just in case you really liked standing in places. I'm sorry, Shield Knight, I can't do anything over there. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Oh, no, okay. Heck yeah! Oh, this is terrible. This is terrifying. I don't like this at all. I don't like this plan at all. Can you... Shield Knight! Dang it! No, give me one more good blow! I've got this! Hurt! Dang it! Oh no, Shield Knight! Come on, Shield Knight! One more good blow! Just gimme that! And we can end this nightmare once and for all! Crap! Sadly, you cannot bounce on Shield Knight while that's happening. Oh, heavens. She's not dead yet. Perhaps not dead yet, but she was dying. And so the Enchantress and the Amulet's magic is gone. Though we do wonder at what cost. And so we see the future of the various knights. King Knight in Prime Door Keep, reduced to merely scrubbing and polishing the glossy floors. The Troupple King still having as much enjoyment as he ever has. And he's made a new friend in the Dancer from the Tavern. Spectre Knight returning to the Lich Yard. I suppose he enjoys the company of the undead. Curses! Treasure Knight returning to his home in the Iron Whale, though it's notably devoid of riches. Sorry, Treasure Knight, but that wasn't yours in the first place. The Explodatorium still as nightmarish as ever. And Plague Knight, having met a few friends in the alchemy business. And I guess he turned an old wizard dude into a lady? Mole Knight returning to the Lost City, but now helping the townspeople to excavate and find treasures. He's just kinda alright that way. By wandering travels, we do not mean the terrifying Shadow Samurai, but the roaming warriors. Flying Machine, still up and about, now resident of Propeller Knight, or I should say still. And oh my goodness, that big guy on the right. Tinker Knight still toying with his various automations. Though perhaps in a slightly different way. And look how excited those kids are! And Polar Knight returning to his life of solitude. And finally, Shovel Knight. Getting some much-needed rest. And thus, Let's Play Shovel Knight comes to a close. Shovel Knight, I can't even put into words how many times I've said this, but it's a wonderful game. Some people perhaps say it's not the hardest game in the world, and it's not the hardest game in the world. If you're looking for something of, like, Mega Man difficulty, you're not going to be getting that. It is harder than one would expect. I know many people that have attempted it and simply said, holy crap, I can't do this game. So it's not for the masochistic, but it is still a difficult game. But it's also fairly forgiving, which is the reason that I can even play this game myself. I'm not a fan of masochistic games, but I love this game, and I love the charm put into it. I love the variety of sub-weapons that can go into it. I love the art style of the game. I love that they put a fair amount of story into the game. Emotional story. Like, it wasn't just throwaway, but the story was there to support the gameplay. I honestly can't say enough good things about this game. And if by chance you play through the game or have seen these videos and think, oh well, I still don't think it's hard, I would like something much harder, after you beat the game, you unlock New Game Plus. New Game Plus is effectively hard mode. You start the game with everything that you ended the previous playthrough with. All your relics, all your armors, all your money, you name it. However, the game itself is much harder. Enemies hit harder, you take more damage, there's very little in the way of healing items around. In fact, if memory serves, the only way to get a healing item anywhere is, on occasion, you will find a small carrot or something, which will heal you for almost negligible amounts. And you can get that from fishing. And that and, like, the Troupple chalices, and that's pretty much it. I think there's another way, but, off the top of my head, I'm not sure. So, hey, we get to actually take a look at how well I did overall. I think I did fairly well, considering. I'm waiting to see where my crux was here. Like, what did me in? What just, like, flat out did me in? Not much, really. Like, 2 deaths overall, for the most part, other than the final area where I don't know, boss fight surrounding around falling into pits? You tell me. And 100% completion. There's still a couple other things I would like to show off, so as much as I would like to end it on the wonderful note here, do please stick around for a moment. Best ending, game of the year. Hitting a button will return you to the title screen, where, as I've mentioned before, we are now given the option to start a New Game Plus. If you select No, you merely load up your old save. However, it shows it as having been completed. Go us. So, the only real thing that I have left that I would really like to show off here is the music sheets. Of course, we got 5 music sheets, so I want to go turn them in. Sup, Bard? Yay, the fine arts. I'm glad that of all things I have saved that. Okay, let's take a look at what we got here now. I think this is the one that... I'm not entirely sure when many of these played. I wouldn't put that on. Of course, the final boss music. Okay, yeah, good. I rather enjoy this, though. This final music sheet is actually, it's not a strict copy-paste of the title music, but it is a slight remix of it. It's the same melody, if perhaps a bit different. And I do like it when they take the title screen music and they put it back somewhere else, though I think one of the coolest times is when they play it, like, during the final boss music. Oh, holy crap. Which is actually one of, like, the few reasons I really want to play Mega Mari, but, like, the people that have seen me stream before, and this is going back a ways, you know, that isn't gonna happen. I just don't have it in me to beat that game. But, regardless, this has been Let's Play Shovel Knight. I've already sung this game's praises any number of times. There's still a few more things that I would like to show off, maybe a video or so of hard mode, just to show what's involved in it. However, I think I'll be waiting until the coming DLC comes, which will be adding a number of things. For one, it will be adding challenge rooms, short one-shot challenges to get from one end of the room to the other. It will be adding a gender swap version, where you can play as, essentially make some Shovel Knight female, Shield Knight male. It just swaps the gender of every character in the game. So there's that, playable opponent knights from the Order of No Quarter, such as King Knight, I know, Spectre Knight, and I think Plague Knight are the three they have planned to be playable. So we've got that going for us. Other things that I would like to show off is there's actually a fair number of secret codes you can enter in this game. When you create a new file, you can punch in a random string of characters, and there are, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 different codes in this game, some of which can be somewhat hilarious. And though that's something else that I would like to show off. And I think, though, instead of devoting an entire video to it now, I'll simply be waiting until the DLC comes, and then I'll do a flashback video. As I did with, Sonic Lost World. So until next time, everyone, I bid you adieu.